Well, thank you for your time today. I appreciate you joining us for this session on HPE GreenLake. My name is Eric Gates. I'm the U.S. Channel Sales Director for HPE GreenLake and Pointnext Services. And we're going to talk a little bit about the shift to everything as a service and how that's helping customers like yourself accelerate innovation. Right? There's digital transformation that's happening all around us, and enterprises seek the need for speed and agility to help keep pace, whether that's around creating new products or services or customer experiences. We're seeing that a cloud-first technology or everything as a service is really starting to take hold. Right? Pay-per-use models, simplified IT operations have really driven this shift. As a matter of fact, according to a recent Deloitte report, an overwhelming 61% of enterprises such as yourselves report that they're mostly achieving accelerated innovation with an as-a-service type of model. So the value of the cloud experience is known. Everything as a service and pay-per-use models are understood. But quite honestly, cloud transformation is far from complete. And we're going to take a look about what's really kind of holding that back, right? The easy application migrations from legacy environments to public cloud, well, they've already happened, or they soon will. And then you kind of take a look at, well, what's happening new? That most of that is happening in a predominantly cloud-native environment. So that's one estate. However, there's 2/3 of apps that still remain on-prem due to some type of data restriction, whether that's architectural gravity, whether it's cost, latency, sovereignty, security, compliance issues. There are apps that are basically trapped on-prem in legacy infrastructure. And as a result, many enterprises are then caught in the middle of an old and new struggle with a complex dual IT operating environment. And that really stalls IT transformation. So the real key in the question here that we'll go ahead and explore is, what if you could have the cloud experience for all your data in apps, regardless of where that environment may lie, right? So imagine the cloud experience everywhere. And here at HPE, that's what we see, a world where apps and data live everywhere, where everything is connected. Apps and data will run on-prem and in the cloud or in the edge. This is the hybrid reality that we've been touting for a long period of time. We believe the cloud is an experience. It's an operating model. It's not a destination. Further, the cloud experience provides speed, agility, efficiency, and should be accessible to apps and data everywhere. And that's what we try to create with HPE's GreenLake, which I'm going to talk about here in a little while. It's that ability to deliver the cloud experience everywhere. So we're going to take a little look at what that means and where that will actually help benefit you. So we cover you whether your IT is on the edge, in a data center, or in a colo, or in the public cloud, or of course in all of these locations, which is typically what we see. The HPE GreenLake experience delivers cloud for all of your apps and data. It's basically on-prem, pay-per-use. It scales up and down as needed, takes advantage of variable costing and all cloud economics. So we're going to discuss what that really means. HPE GreenLake is our leading IT as a service offering that, again, brings the cloud experience everywhere to you. It delivers services and infrastructure for workloads on-prem, fully managed and in a pay-per-use model. This is a faster and more scalable IT with simplified operations, something that other providers attempt to do, but not at our scale and depth. And I'll talk later about how long we've done this, what we've done, how we've developed it, and how we continue to get better. This really unifies and simplifies operations, again, across the entire hybrid estate. And through some really cool tools, including GreenLake Central and our Consumption Analytics portal, we drive insights and control for operational excellence. This is beyond basic management and operations. This is insights and tools needed for a well-governed cloud. And we're going to show you the value of this as we move forward. First of all, we're going to stop and we're going to take a look at a few examples of key customers that have around the world found some sort of value with our cloud experience everywhere. First and foremost, Porsche. So Porsche is accelerating application development, decreasing data center complexity, reducing data center footprints around the globe. This has really helped them a lot as we helped fully help them establish a fully managed cloud environment. A key result that they saw was the ability to plan capacity ahead of use and avoid over-provisioning. I'll talk about over-provisioning and what that does to your IT budget, how that complicates and creates headaches for many customers just like you. But in this manner, we've helped through capacity planning reduce that. Nokia is another key customer that you may recognize, and they're leveraging the HPE GreenLake to operate a virtual lab and, again, a fully managed hybrid environment. Zenuity is a Swedish software company that is partnering with HPE to provide critical artificial intelligence and high-performance computing infrastructure. Zenuity is using their GreenLake environment to develop the next generation of autonomous driving vehicles. Really cool, really fun stuff. Great to see large organizations taking advantage and accelerating value with HPE GreenLake. Matter of fact, we have done a lot of research working with both Forrester and other analysts to really try to document what are some of the key advantages with HPE GreenLake. And first and foremost, you'll see CapEx savings, right? And that's primarily due to the over-provisioning that I just talked about a second ago, because it's hard to predict how infrastructure will be needed in the future. And to avoid running out of capacity and impacting core business applications and operations, IT typically over-provisions. Why wouldn't you? Buy more than you need so that you don't run out, right? Sometimes it's up to as much as 40 or even 60% over-provisioning. We've got a lot of surveys that say, depending on whether it's compute or storage, customers are vastly over-provisioned. Moving to a consumption model, you can now eliminate that costly upfront capital expenditure, so you're not just taking the money out of your pocket and putting it down and now it's unavailable for you. You're only going to pay for the capacity as you need it. And by the way, when you over-provision and you've got all that capacity sitting there running in your environment, you're still paying for the two most expensive pieces of data center, and that would be the power and the people. So we want to try to eliminate that. The other thing we want to try to do is accelerate your time to these projects. And in this case, HPE can drive as much as a 65% shorter time to deploy projects. Why? Because we've got capacity on-prem in your environment running before you necessarily need it. Now we're going to optimize that. We're going to try to drive the highest level of utilization possible. So again, we eliminate or really try to reduce that impact of the power and people, but we want you to have that capacity ready so that it enables you to move faster to new opportunities. You don't have to deal with long procurement cycles. You can maintain that infrastructure and shorten the time to launch new products. And we're really going to help do this a lot with these tools that I mentioned earlier. Capacity, our consumption analytics portal, and GreenLake Central, which we're going to get to in a second. We want to also help you keep less time spent kind of keeping that lights on, right? So why many organizations kind of have that 80-20 rule of amount of resources dedicated to keeping lights on versus innovation, we want to reduce that as much as possible. So again, you can be focused on the higher value-added services. And then lastly, we really want to help the IT team productivity by reducing the support workload, right? With HPE GreenLake, customers are able to focus more on strategic roles by offloading data center management tasks such as infrastructure support and capacity planning, right? The tools and the analytics we provide help with capacity planning as well. And so this allows with fewer system outages, faster application performance, greater transparency of business demands, and a number of benefits associated with leveraging the latest HPE technology, which I want to get into as well. So we unify and simplify operations across the hybrid estate with managed services from HPE that are automated and backed globally with our expertise. HPE GreenLake is central. Or HPE GreenLake Central is one of the customer portal and operations consoles that allow you access to services available, to take action and to get information to govern it. We allow you to monitor and plan your capacity needs with HPE experts. using the HPE Consumption Analytics portal to avoid under and costly over-provisioning of capacity, as I mentioned earlier. We offload monitoring and management of your hybrid cloud environment to HPE to fill gaps and to free up resources. We increase reliability and responsiveness with services using integrated tools for alerting and service management, issue resolution, security access, log analytics. We speed implementation with automation to easily onboard your hybrid IT environment. We ensure reliability of operations with infrastructure as code automation. We unify management across your hybrid environment with centralized dashboards and common tools, processes, and services. We monitor your critical KPIs, for example, performance, uptime, time to resolution, ticket status, etc. And lastly, we ensure your environment is always up to date with patching, configuration management, upgrades, and problem resolution. So now we're going to take a look at some experiences you'll enjoy as a customer of GreenLake. And really we're going to talk about how the GreenLake delivers this cloud experience through HPE GreenLake Central. So in purple over here on the left, you'll see that customers use the self-service portal and operations console to get information and insights they need to govern their clouds. You can take and initiate requests to get resources and analytics needed to support the business. And then on the right-hand side in green, you see where HPE works behind the scenes with management services and automation to do the work. In service request fulfillment, deployment of infrastructure, metering, billing, and capacity management on premise. We monitor, operate, and take action to keep the infrastructure at its peak, all while taking care of versioning of the infrastructure to ensure it's current and it's compliant. And that helps reduce security risks, absolutely. So here's a little bit more and some insight into what the Consumption Analytics portal, some of the screenshots may look like, as well as HPE GreenLake. And this is a unified portal, really, across the entire IT estate. And this enables you to run, manage, and optimize through a single pane of glass. It's comprised of widgets for easy access to top KPIs and apps that you use the most across your public, private, and hybrid clouds. And so if you just take a look at this, in the middle right there is the CIO, who now has point-and-click insights and control to easily gain deeper understanding of what's going on in the environment. You can see that the CFO receives a robust and intuitive consumption analytics, which enables better decisions about where to align IT spend, how to optimize costs, and when and where to plan for more capacity. DevOps has a role here, receiving fast provisioning of IT resources. And this is a similar experience across, again, all cloud environments, public and private. Legal has access to continuous compliance capabilities, as we actually monitor over 1,500 business and technical controls across the environment. And then IT Ops has all this in a data-driven way to really drive and understand capacity planning, something that most customers just tell us they don't do very well anymore. So overall, we find that we're leading the market and really driving some unique capabilities. And gets me into why. So why would you trust HPE with all this, right? We've actually got 16 patents granted and 30 more patents pending from the development of our HPE GreenLake Hybrid Cloud, including our Consumption Analytics portal and GreenLake Central. We provide true pay-per-use on-premise solutions based on actual metering and usage. We provide active capacity planning. When combined with pay-per-use and metering, this drives cost savings and eliminates, again, that over-provisioning we discussed earlier. It's mature. We've got nearly a decade of leadership and IT experience in this sort of market. And breadth and depth of offering and partners and technologies that we can bring to bear is simply unmatched. We've got nearly 1,000 successful cloud migrations now, bolstered with the acquisitions of CTP, Cloud Technology Partners, and Red Pixie. So with all of this, what should you be doing next? Well, we want you to come and talk to us and take a better look at what we're doing, right? Let's evaluate your right mix. Let's accelerate your on-premise workloads into a consumption model. Let's simplify and optimize your cloud experience. And overall, as a result of all this cost savings. Let's help you fund the transition. I appreciate your time. I look forward to talking with you more and helping you better learn how to accelerate through HPE GreenLake. Thank you.